Hi. So today I'm going to discuss about SA 210, that is agreeing the terms of audit engagement. So what is the objective of auditor? Objective of the auditor is to accept and continue an audit engagement, and when the preconditions for the audit is accepted by the management and there is a common understanding between the auditor and the management. Okay. Now what are the preconditions for audit? What are the P? So first of all, that determine whether FRF is acceptable in that entity or not. Second thing is obtain agreement with management about their responsibility, and they acknowledge their responsibilities. So what are the responsibilities? Preparation of financial statements as per applicable financial reporting framework, and internal control that may consider necessary for the preparation of financial statements, and provide auditor with additional information, access to all information, and unrestricted access. This to be called as preconditions for audit. Now, if preconditions for audit are not present, then you have to discuss the matter with management, and you should not accept the audit. So let's revise again. What are the precondition? First, determine whether FRF is acceptable, and management understands and acknowledges their responsibility. The responsibility is preparation of financial statements as per applicable financial reporting framework. And second thing is that they should think that internal controls might be necessary for the preparation of financial statements. And third is that unrestricted, provide auditor with additional information, access to all information, and unrestricted access. Now if agreement, if they are not accepting, the preconditions are not present, then you should not accept the audit engagement. Now what are the contents of engagement letter? So it is sent by auditor to the client. Now engagement letter, it has many subheads like objective and scope of audit engagement, responsibility of auditor, and responsibility of management. What is the responsibility of management? That financial statements are prepared by management as per applicable financial reporting framework, and auditor's responsibility is to express opinion on financial statement, and identification of applicable FRF for preparation of financial statement. Fifth, reference to the expected form and content report that is being issued by the auditor at the end of the audit. And if there is any, he should include the statement that there could be any circumstances by which this form and differ from the expected form and content. This could be differed from expected form and content. Now if management is putting limitation on scope of audit, then what should auditor should do? So if auditor feels that that would make sure ki disclaimer of opinion, then he should not accept the audit engagement. Now acceptance of change in terms of audit engagement. If uh, entity is asking to change the audit engagement to review engagement, auditor should do that thing or not? So acceptance should not. First of all, auditor should not agree when there is no reasonable justification. Okay, an entity is requesting the auditor to change the audit engagement to other kind of engagement in three cases: when change in circumstances, management misunderstands, and restrictions on scope of audit by circumstances or by management. In these three cases, if the justification is reasonable, then auditor might can change the services from audit to any other kind of engagement. Now change in circumstances, but if when it is not to be considered unreasonable, when it is incomplete, unsatisfactory, and incorrect. Now for example, management auditor is not able to get sufficient and appropriate audit evidences on some kind of assertions, so he is thinking of giving qualified or disclaimer of opinion. To avoid this, then management is asking to change the terms of audit engagement. Then auditor should not do that thing. Okay. Now the auditor should change only when reasonable justification and legal and contractual relationship implication of change. Now if auditor agrees to change the engagement letter, and if auditor concludes there is a reasonable justification to change audit engagement to a review or a related service, audit work performed till date of change may be relevant to change engagement. Matlab, whatever the work they have done may be relevant for the change engagement. Now work required to be performed and report to be issued would be appropriate to the revise. For example, they have changed their engagement to audit to review. Now report should be issued as per review engagement. not and मतलब इन why you need to confuse the reader कि we have starting में हमने audit किया था, now we are doing review. You should not do that thing. तो आपको original audit engagement के बारे में बताना नहीं है, उसका reference नहीं देना है, और whatever the audit procedure you have done you can use it, but you should not give reference to it. Now for example 5 साल के लिए होता है, एक फर्म किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में 5 ईयर्स के लिए कर सकती है, ठीक है, तो कर सकती है, तो अब उसको क्या करना चाहिए, वो हर साल अपना ऑडिट इंगेजमेंट लेटर देगी, या उसको वो चला भी सकती है, वो वैसे तो फर्स्ट ईयर में देती है, सेकेंड ईयर में नहीं भी दे सकती है, बट आपको इन कंडीशंस में आपको देना पड़ेगा, रिवाइज करना पड़ेगा अपना। कब? जब आपको लग रहा है कि लाइक जो मैनेजमेंट है मिसअंडरस्टैंड्स देयर ऑब्जेक्टिव एंड स्कोप ऑफ ऑडिट, और अगर स्पेशल ऑडिट इंगेजमेंट में स्पेशल टर्म्स में रिवाइज हुआ है, एंड सीनियर मैनेजमेंट चेंज हो गए हैं, ऑनरशिप में चेंज आ गया है, एंड नेचर और साइज ऑफ एंटिटीज़ बिजनेस भी चेंज हो चुका है सिग्निफिकेंट, और लॉ रेगुलेशन में भी चेंज आ चुका है, एफआरएफ जो हमने अडॉप्ट किया था उसमें भी चेंज आ चुका है, एंड चेंज इन अदर रिपोर्टिंग रिक्वायरमेंट्स, तब हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, फिर से हमें रिवाइज ऑडिट इंगेजमेंट बनाना पड़ेगा, रिकरिंग ऑडिट इंगेजमेंट। सो दिस इज़ इट कि हमने इसमें 5 टॉपिक पढ़े। प्री कंडीशंस क्या क्या है, सबसे पहले मैनेजमेंट को प्रिपरेशन ऑफ डिटरमाइन वेदर एफआरएफ इज एक्सेप्टेबल, देन मैनेजमेंट शुड अंडरस्टैंड एंड एक्नॉलेज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, प्रिपरेशन ऑफ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स एज पर एप्लीकेबल फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग फ्रेमवर्क, एंड इंटरनल कंट्रोल दे में कंसिडर नेसेसरी, एंड प्रोवाइड ऑडिटर विद एक्सेस टू ऑल इन्फॉर्मेशन, एडिशनल इन्फॉर्मेशन, एंड unrestricted access. If preconditions are not present, then you should not accept. Then what are the content of engagement letter, objective and scope of audit, and responsibility of management, responsibility of auditor, and determine identification of FRF for the preparation of financial statements, and reference to expected form and report, and it should include a statement to change in it could differ from expected form and report. And then we have talked about if management putting limitation on scope of audit, then if auditor feels that it would lead to disclaimer of opinion, then he should not accept the audit engagement. And the last point that we have discussed, if when auditor could change the audit services to another kind of engagement when he feels there is a reasonable justification, and 3 cases when entity can request when misunderstanding, change in circumstances, or limitation in scope of audit either due to circumstances or by management. But if it is incomplete, unsatisfactory, or incorrect, then auditor should not do that. If auditor changes from one engagement to another, revise the engagement, then he should not include the reference of previous one. It will lead to confusion of the readers. And when you should change, learn 5 points when management misunderstand the objective and scope of audit. जब सीनियर मैनेजमेंट में चेंज आ जाता है, या तो एफआरएफ चेंज हो जाता है, या लीगली कुछ चेंज हो जाता है, या तो एंटिटी का नेचर एंड साइज ऑफ बिजनेस चेंज हो जाता है. दीज आर द थिंग्स व्हेन. So I'm done with it. 8 minutes 10 seconds and this essay is done.